Holy Spirit, holy angels, ancestors, ascended masters, legions of light, thank you for protecting me as I channel messages for this tribe. Thank you for showing me what I need to see and telling me what I need to know, so I can support the tribe as we live, learn, thrive, and grow. And as above, so below. So it is, because it is so. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Nephtara Grace. If you're new, what's up? We're so glad you're here. If you've been here before, welcome back, family. All right, y'all. Let's get these rooms out here. I don't know. It's a lot. I tell you what, the vibe is Psalm 84. How lovely is your dwelling place. How lovely is your dwelling place, oh God. Unjo, Psalm 84, Lagos. Kaunas. Yeah, God is protecting somebody. Gebo, divine interaction. Fire. Water. Fire and water. Something God is protecting something somebody. It's almost like there's a situation where two opposites energies are in a space or something like that. I don't know. It's fire and water in one place. But it's Gibbo. It's like this is a gift. This is like God is involved in this, and it's something that is supposed to unite, but I don't know if it is. Let's look further. Let's get into some cards now. You know, because let's face it, God has plans, but that doesn't mean that people are into the plans that God has. Yeah, there's something right here. There's something right here. What'd I say? There's something right here, something right here. Something is right here. Okay. It's because something. It's almost like it's not ready to balance yet. It's like the divine can see the balance point in something, but maybe the non-divine, right? The human can't. And so this is wild. I feel like God is doing something. I'm drinking hot water this morning, just hot water. Y'all know hot. That's my favorite. There's something here though. This is like, I don't know if you're gonna tell me. I know I'm gonna use this other deck because this is like. I don't know, y'all. This is like. No, ambition and home. It's something. It's like that. Like it's something happening in a home or family, but it's two. The best I can tell you is like two opposing energies in one space. And there's like this place where they could meet, but that's not what's happening. But maybe that's what's about to happen. I don't know. The death card, because death is like an inevitable shift in perspective. Like you see something differently because you have to. Like you can no longer see something the same way. Like it's impossible to. So ambition, home, death. Something around the home. Good Lord. New vision, creativity, and alignment. So we have sodalite for new vision. Carnelian for creativity, and kyanite for alignment. Now there was a fourth card that came out, but it's shot to the side, almost like it's not balanced in yet, and that's Christ of Faith for fearless movement. So we've got something happening. This is it's beginning to take shape. I'm not saying I can tell you know your story. You know what you're dealing with, and you already know. I can tell whoever this resonates with. You already know if this resonates with you or not. Like you already know that. So I don't have to sit and tell you what you already know. Okay, y'all, and I had a breakdown with my technology again around my earbuds, this is like, okay, that comes through is like, see, when I see fire and water, it's like two opposing energies in the rooms. And then I see home. And my first thought with fire and water is like, there's two energies that are not mixing in a place. Then I see home and ambition. So it's like, okay, maybe there's just two personalities in this one household, and they both are strong-willed. They both are leaders. They both have ambitions, but it's like they could have worked together, but they have not worked together. And then we see the death card out here, right? Which is an inevitable change in perspective. And then we have new vision, creativity, alignment, and fearless movement. So it's like, it's kind of like this energy wants to give. This energy wants to give whatever these opposing energies are. They're about to figure out how to work together. But let's see. As always, fam, you got to take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Okay, I read for clarity and confirmation. I do not read to give you the future. I do not read to give you advice. I do not read to tell you what to do and what kind of choices to make for yourself. That is all up to you, your discernment, and your spirit team. What I will do is deliver clear, concise messages to you and allow you to take the space you need to determine the best next move for you to make given the information that comes forth in these readings. If you want a personal reading with me, look at the description box below. There's so many different ways to get in contact with me on social media. Like, you can find me, right? If not, this reading is perfect. I know it's going to be. It's timeless. Take what resonates, see the rest for the next person. Let me get some oracle out here before we get into tarot. So that reminds me, my website is down. I've had some technological sabotage happenings. I've had hackers and all that kind of stuff. And this recently, like, it took my website down. So I'm going to build a new website over the next week, and I'll let you know. So if you go to nephtaragrace.com right now, it might not lead anywhere, but next week, if you go to nephtaragrace.com, it will lead to a website. I just got to build out anyway, because these haters be hating, y'all. To be fair, let me tell you, I've been doing what I've been doing for over 20 years. I've had the same website for at least 10 of those 20 years. And it really hasn't been, it's just been the past year that I've started being technologically sabotaged. And I told my website hosting platform this, because they emailed me, they're like, oh, you have all this going on with your website. And I was like, no, you guys have been hosting me for almost like 12, 13, 14 years. What? Nope. There's no way. That's not, oh no, it's just, we just got to pay some money. Nope. And they were shocked. Oh, but we can help you. No, you can't. If I've been a loyal customer, and here's what y'all should know. When I, as a business person, I always have 3 or 4 businesses. There's the apothecary side, right? I'm a shaman and medicine woman, where I give you herbs. There's a ceremony side, where you have to log in and register for your ceremonies and sign up for your group sessions after your ceremony, right? And then there's if you want to coach with me, or you want to get an energetic healing, or you want an astrology reading. Historically, these have been different websites. And over the years, I've combined them into one website with several links. So my website hosting platform is trying to tell me, oh no, you can't do that. And I'm clear, it's literally just sabotage. It's literally just somebody out there who's a hater, who feels like it's not fair. I'm just going to be honest, that I am who I am. I'm very clear that God loves me, but I'm also clear about the mission God gave me. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know I have power, but I'm also present to my responsibility. I know the reason God holds me so close, protects me so hard, and shields me so tight is because of the massive mission on my soul. So when people see me, tribe, fam, when people see you, they might not think it's fair that you're happy. They might not think it's fair that you have the sweet life. They might not think it's fair that things just seem to work out for you. Guess what? They see your power. They don't understand the press that Spirit puts you through to get there. That's why you already know better. You don't compare yourself to other people. You just got to watch out for people comparing themselves to you. This is your reality. This is what's fair. The divine says this is what's fair. For you to live a sweet life, for you to be loved the way you love others, and for you to be abundantly happy. This is what is fair. The divine doesn't give a mother flying what anybody else thinks about that. And I feel like that's really important for people to begin to get. First of all, don't get me started in people not believing in God. Whatever. That's just ignorance and arrogance at its worst. Okay? Like, how could you be a human and think that you're at the top of the food chain? That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. A human? A human is the pinnacle of no, crazy talk. You can't fly? Let me stop. Anyway, this is what's fair. Because Spirit has seen what you've been through. We got the numbers 22, 39, 26, 35, 51, and 38 out here. 22, 11, 12, 6, 8. 8's out here twice. 3. This is so divinely orchestrated. It's so what the divine wants. That's just what it is right now. I really feel like that last reading I gave where I was like, somebody upset the divine. I feel like the divine is all about some free will and like, oh yeah, everybody do what you, yeah, free will, yeah, because I made you in my image. Oof, right? Like free love. Y'all don't know God. I don't know where y'all think the hippie movement came from. Okay. Y'all got them twisted. God is like free love, yes. That's what God is into. God is free love. God is free energy. God is just free. Okay, and into freedom. Let's take it there. Sort of the hallmarks of his, her, their power is freedom. The Old Testament is story after story after story of freedom. Captivity to freedom. Slavery to freedom. New Testament is about freeing your soul. Old Testament, free your body. New Testament, free your soul. It's all about freedom. Okay? In the Old Testament, you got, two gods. One of them is like, colonize the Middle East. The other one's like, whoa, this is really extreme. Like that's just there. The Most High Source has already determined what your path looks like. And because of what your path looks like, Source has also already determined that what's fair for you is to live a life of milk and honey, loyal heart, happy, happy. Nobody cares what anybody, they don't, do you see what I'm saying? People on the outside are never going to understand what's happening on the inside. I don't care what that is. I don't care if we're talking about the government, fucking Pentagon. I can stand outside the Pentagon all damn day. And yes, I'm motherfucking calling y'all out because I know you're always snitching and listening. Anyway, I can stand outside all day. That doesn't mean I know what's going on inside. People will stand outside of your life acting like they know what's going on inside. They don't. People will stand outside your relationship, act like they know what's going on inside. They don't. People stand outside your home and act like they know what's going on inside. They don't. And the same is true for you. Don't stand outside someone's business, life, relationship, home, or family and think that you know what's going on inside. You don't. Stellar gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex. This is time. It's time. Loyal heart, happy, happy, milk and honey. That's what time it is. This Lionsgate portal, that's what this is. You about to go from, I don't know where the hell you been. I don't know where the hell you been. But it's all about to change. I don't know where you been. They said, yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. That's what I'm hearing. Listen, who's with me today? Michael, Gabriel, Oriel, and Poya. Thank you. All right, crew, let's get this tarot out here. Now, let me get clear, concise messages for the collective. I get the overall theme. I think the theme is pretty clear, but if we can use the tarot to, like, get it down, we could. Thank you, guys. Okay, Two of Blades. What about the Cups? Yeah. Someone's indecision has cost them. And I really get, like, this is, let me keep going. This is someone who cannot go through that gateway with you. Yeah, this is a burden. I feel like they need to get through that gateway, but they can't. But it's only because of this indecision up here, this uncertainty here. Do you know? Jesus Christ, yeah, they want a new beginning. Let me tell you something. I'm reminded of that. How did it say in the Bible? I wish you were hot or cold. but because you're lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. Do y'all be reading the Bible? Y'all ever read that thing? I read it a lot. I had to, though. I was telling someone this the other day. They're like, girl. But for real. So I had those parents. They were like ordained ministers and all the things, right? I told you we went from Pentecostal to non-denom, Southern Pentecostal to non-denom. So I went to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. And, you know, I went to the kind of churches I went to. So these churches had VBS. They had schools attached to them. They had the Easter program, the Christmas program. If there was a reason to do it, they did it. And then my churches had men's group, women's group, homes group. Bottom line, 3 to 4 days of the week, every week of my life growing up, I was at some church affiliated activity. I went to private school, Christian, high school, and college. Okay? So if you think my skin tone and my voice inflection are interesting, now you know. So I tell people, no, I had like 14 years of seminary, like basically, right? And I got an outstanding education from every facility I attended. I didn't go to guy in a diner schools. That's not what my parents chose for me. My mom is an educator by trade, okay? Career choice, career path. So no, I went to the best of the schools. So I went to Christian schools that also taught me the Hebrew tradition. I went to, do you know what I'm saying? Now this is coupled with that my biological father, because I lived most of the time in the house with my mom and my stepdad. This is important for somebody I don't know. I lived for the most part in the house with my mom and my stepdad, but my biological father, I went there every other weekend now. This man had the Israeli flag across the wall in his home. I grew up with the menorah. I grew up with the Star of David. I grew up with Seder. I grew up with these just ancient Judaic traditions in my dad's home. And then I go to my mom's house, and it is just modern Christianity, top to bottom. The old and the new, fire and water, two seemingly opposing forces in one place. That was me growing up. I took in from my mom, I took in from my dad, and I tell people I was raised Judeo-Christian, technically. I was raised to observe all the high holidays, holy days, if you will, and I still do. Up until a couple years ago, and it's a location thing, I was attending Sabbath. Unfortunately, where I live now, there is not a synagogue within 100 miles of me. I know. If you have Jewish heritage, you probably know where I am just by me saying that. Anyway, anywho, it's been really difficult. For those of you who are like, ooh, how is that difficult? Difficult, just so you know. There's a Christian church every 5 feet, Lutheran, Episcopalian, Catholic, Baptist. There's a Baptist church every 7 inches, I swear to God. Because I'm in this, I'm in the South kind of Midwest area. I'm in the Ozarks. There's just not a lot of Jewish tradition going on around here, which is wild for me because I grew up with this. I grew up with this. It's a little like being, I don't know how to describe it. It's a little weird for me. But anyway, enough about that. That's what this is giving me though. Like two seemingly opposite things, and there's a balancing point. But this makes me think, these rooms make me think that this balancing point isn't struck yet. Unlike the one that I had to create inside of myself, bringing two cultures, two histories together in one person so I could hold it, right? And you got to think, as a child, I didn't know that I was going to grow up to be a spiritual leader. Like I didn't know I was a shaman and medicine woman as a child. I just knew I could do things with my mind. Like kids don't, I knew I was talking to things that weren't there and they were answering. I knew I was different. But I didn't have and I remember telling God was like, what do you want me to do? God told me, I was like, I ain't never seen anybody do that before. Right? You know what God said to me? God said, just because you've never seen it done doesn't mean it's not happening. 7 of Wands. Yeah, there's something about my rest is easy and my burdens are light. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you've been standing on a truth. And Queen of Wands. Damn. Damn. I was about to say you've been standing on the truth, but you not just standing on the truth. You a fucking beast about that shit. Damn. Bruh. It gives untouchable. I'm just gonna have to. I'm taking a moment because those energies together, and I've seen these two energies together, but in this deck, for some reason, the way the energy these cards are giving, that is like it's giving me pause. It's giving me pause, right? And I feel like your energy is giving somebody pause. Like, ooh, that's not. Let's break it up. The Queen of Blades is discerning, tells the truth, sees the truth. You ain't gonna get nothing past. Lovers at the bottom of the deck, you don't see coming. You gonna get nothing past this Queen of Swords. It's just not gonna happen. Now this Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is like, I'm hearing gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at this juicy flower. Gorgeous. But don't get it twisted. The Queen of Wands can hurt just as much as she can please. This is like enchantress, seductress. This is a straight sorcerer. Sorceress, okay? Together with the Seven of Rods, you ain't getting past this person. You're not getting past this person. Ain't nothing getting past this person. Boundary, you better listen. You don't know what a boundary is till you meet this person. You know, so you're like, oh, that's a boundary. Oh, now I know what one is. That's what that is. Shit. Ooh, anybody who think they got an offer for you, they might be a little intimidated. They said, what? Justice, yeah. Yeah. It's like, listen. That gives, if you were the Queen of Swords, somebody might step to you. If you're the Queen of Wands, somebody might step to you. But because you're both, motherfuckers are having to come correct. They're having to come straight. Oh, Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords, my cup isn't, okay, let me go back. It's really making people have to check. People putting themselves in check. Yeah, Six of Wands. People putting themselves in check. I'm telling you. Do you see how that energy got? I was like, ooh, let me just be with this for a minute. That's what people are doing. People are having to put themselves in check. You that energy. I'm telling you, you that energy. Motherfuckers might try to run up, but they fall back real quick when they do. People run up just to fall back on you. I'm telling you, damn. Yeah, Knight of Blades at the bottom of the deck. Motherfuckers be yeah. You, my love, there's something about you right now. You are like, you are the it girl guy. They, them. Y'all, my pronouns are they, them, theirs, but that's because I'm too big for one gender. Oh shit, if you know, you know. All right. Also, where I come from, we don't do gender like that. I've never understood gender, but whatever. I've never understood gender. Where I'm from, that it's a concept that doesn't exist where I'm from. So it's one that I've struggled with here. Okay? I was born in 1980. I've been struggling with what the fuck is gender since 1980. It's not new. So please stop thinking it's something new that's happening. It's something evil that's not. No. No, some of us just aren't from here. And your human rules are a little weird for us, okay? We don't relate to energy like that. Some of us recognize energy as energy, and we don't relate to it in that way. We relate to it in a different way. That's what I can say personally as a grown-ass woman who's not influenced by anybody. I was born in 1980. We weren't, it's not like it is now. There was nobody there to influence my impressionable young mind. You know, no. I just came in like, oh, energy, okay, cool. Oh, I like that energy. I don't like that energy. And I was never really too hung up on the package. Always the energy. Always the energy. Some energy makes you feel good. Some energy don't. And I never want, and I still have not. I still don't limit myself based on the package. If I connect with energy that feels good, that's resonant energy for me. Why would I say, oh, but I actually can't talk to you because you're this gender? That would be like saying, oh, I can't talk to you because you're this race, because you have this color hair, because you got this color eyes. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. What you talking about? I know what I'm talking about. I need to get it together. Temperance. Yeah, see, what did I just say? What was I just talking about? Balance. That counterpoint where two seemingly opposite things can come together is called an intersection. Looks like that sometimes. Okay. I don't know. Listen, who's having this death? Because this is a death. This is a death. Somebody's understanding something they didn't before. Okay. I'm hearing locked out of heaven. 10 of coins and 8 of rods reverse. So somebody's having a death. Somebody's getting a change in perspective. This is okay. It's okay. Take what resonates. This is some story. There's two people and they want a home. They want a home. They both are like, okay, we're gonna buy a house. But they go about it in two different ways. Okay? And they were, I believe, supposed to be working together. That's how the runes kind of give this energy of they're in the same place, but not balanced. So I think they're supposed to be working together, but they're not, right? They've not been. And it's one person looked to get a home one way, the other person looked to get a home another way, and now one person is going to get a home. This is how it's coming through. One person, it's like I'm being shown that card, this stellar gateway activation. Somebody, it's like on the other side of this is a home for somebody, okay? But only one of the two people can go through here. That's what I'm picking up. Somebody chose to manifest a home. And whatever the other person did left them in the 10 of Wands. Okay. But this is something about this is fair. The divine is calling this fair. Now, tell me more, because is this fair like they were supposed to work together and they didn't? Is this fair like somebody cheated? Is this fair like somebody followed instructions, somebody didn't? Okay, let me see. The Magician, 8 of Blades. The Moon reversed, 5 of Blades. Somebody cheated. Was trying to hide. No, hold on. Yeah, I would still call it cheating. It's like somebody tried to distract or one of the people, like let's say this is a race. I don't think it was supposed to be a race, but I think somebody made this a competition. Okay? I think somebody in their mind made up a competition. I forgot what this is called psychologically, but I actually have a little friend. I have a young person, a friend of a child of one of my friends, who how their expression of being on the autism spectrum is they have these amazing fantasies, and they will go to other children and involve them in their fantasies without telling them that they're playing, right? And oftentimes it looks like ganging up against one person. I know, but if you If you work with people on the spectrum, if you have a child on the spectrum, then you may be familiar with what I'm talking about. And so when we're on the playground together with all of our kids together, like this is something that we support the kids with, right? Like this one child is, at some point during the playtime, is going to go to another child and say, hey, see that person over there? They're trying to get us. Let's go. You know? And if the kid isn't aware, and most kids aren't, they're just going to go, oh, okay, ah. And that's what happens until the child that has been singled out as a bad one goes, wait, why is everybody running from me? And what happens is usually that child comes over to the parents and says, everybody's running from me and I don't know why no one will play with me, right? And then we'll go, okay, everybody stop to play. Let's come back. Hey, are you guys playing this? Okay, does everybody know that that's the game that's being played? There's some game being played here and everybody didn't know that it was the game being played. Okay? And so that's what makes this turn fair. Like what's about to happen, that's what makes it fair. Had everybody known the rules of the game, everybody could have played the game. But it's like the rules were withheld from somebody on purpose. It's like somebody was handicapped on purpose. That's why I say, yeah, it is cheating. It's cheating. It's cheating. Because to put you in a game but not tell you the rules with the express intention of you not making it to the finish line, that's cheating. It's bad sportsmanship, if nothing else. So that's, yeah. And this was hidden, but it's not hidden anymore. Yeah, I get the feeling that this person actually was pretending to be on the same team. They were pretending, one of the person who two people. Person A handicaps person B. But person A handicaps person B and then pretends to be on the team. Like, oh yeah, let's go get this house together. But they're secretly working to get a house on their own. So they can turn around and be like, ooh, guess you should have done it, right? Yeah. No. Wow. Yeah. Two of coins reversed. They now know that was not the best choice. That's what this death is about. Somebody, good God. Somebody fucked around and found out, y'all. But this is layered. This is deep. I don't know if they know how deep this is. But this is rewiring both of you. If this is your story, you gotta let me know in the comments. Devil's card at you, bottom of the deck, you don't see coming. Strength, yeah. 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 I feel very strongly at this point you're being given a house as a reward. Whoever I'm talking to, I swear. I just keep feeling that. God, this is crazy because it was a game that you didn't know you were playing. Devil's still at the bottom of the deck. It's Job energy. It's like devil tells God, I'm going to send my agent, and God's like, oh, okay. Three of Swords reverse, yeah. Perseverance, healing, like actual strength. Dang. Yeah. Six of Coins, yeah. There's you just cleansed and purified. Wheel of Fortune, damn, it's over. That's game over for these motherfuckers out here. That's it. That's wild. You were playing a game you didn't know you were playing. You won it, and now the game is over. Somebody got to give. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to win a prize. That's what I'm trying to say. And listen, I promise you, people out here hoping that because they didn't tell you what the rules were, you don't ask for your prize. Mark my words. Six of Swords. But you get the fuck up. You get the fuck. Don't worry. Because whatever whatever situation wherever situation you're in that has two opposing energies in one place, you about to get out. Because you won. You won. This is wild. People are diabolical. What I say. that's it. You won. The game is over. You won. And you get the prize. That was literally, what I saw was literally the equivalent of two people running a race, but one person turning around while the other person isn't looking and tying their shoelaces together and then blindfolding them. And then, okay, let's race. Okay, even if you make it to the finish line, you still didn't win any. You didn't win. No competition, so you're not proven. You don't know what you don't even know. You still don't know if you have what it takes to maintain the thing you won. You didn't have the transformation. You didn't have the state change. I'm telling you, people like that win the lottery and they lose the money within a year. I'm telling you, that's why that's... Yeah. They keep saying the wise man built his house upon the rock and the foolish man built his house upon the sand. And it points to the sun. It's like now we can see what Jesus say, wisdom is justified in the end. Now we can see. And here's what's so wild. I think, yeah. It's too late. See those two fours right there? See those two fours right there? Yeah. Okay, look. So now this person, the person who lost, wants to be like, well, I'm glad we're in the same place because now, it's almost like they want to act like the race didn't happen because they never told you there was a race. They never told you what the rules were. So whatever just happened, Six of Cups. Sorry, Seven of Cups. I can count, I promise. Yeah, whatever just happened, yeah, it was a misunderstanding. It's all just a misunderstanding. Says the King of Wands. But I really do want to work with you. I really do. Strategic. And here's what's so great. You see how we have a King of Blades and a King of Wands to a Queen of Swords, Queen of Blades and a Queen of Wands. I'm telling you, this is like there was an intersection. There was a cross point here, but it didn't happen. This king did not choose this queen. This king chose something else. Yeah. But now they see, like, to get to where they want to go, guess what they gotta do? They say they're not gonna give up to that Nine of Wands. We'll see. So now I feel like this, let's see. This king now wants to, this king is now being, okay. King of Swords, King of Wands is now being that, because there's a shared space, I'm telling you, because they're in this shared space, they want to, it's almost like now they're going to say, whatever just happened was a misunderstanding. Let's work together. We've been through a lot, and we got through that. So, whatever comes up, we'll get through that too. And they're gonna try to put this positive spin on what happened, like it was just a road bump. It was just a little speed bump. Right, it was just a, it's Two of Cups again. Like they want to rekindle, that's the word that came through, they want to rekindle a relationship, but they're going to try to make something that was really, damn, they said traitorous and treacherous. Something that was traitorous and treacherous. They're going to try to downplay it, like it wasn't, but it was, okay? Wow, this is, wow. Okay, let's wrap this up. Yeah, because they're feeling the impact of their choice. Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, this king got off their throne and went somewhere other than staying on the throne next to the queen, if you know what I mean. And now they see that the choices they made did not get them what they wanted. I don't know if they thought, I'll go get a house with some, I don't know. But it didn't go the way they wanted it to, and now they want to try to make it go with you because it looks like they ain't got nowhere else to go. Tell me something and let's get out of here. What about this? Yeah. They don't feel like they have anywhere else to go. That's not true. Here's the thing. People like this always have somewhere else to go. Okay? Now, this person may feel like they don't because of all of the lies and shit. You got to get, if this person was snaking you like this, they're snaking everybody in their life. How you are in one place, how you show up in one place is how you show up in every place. But the Three of Coins, they got a problem at work. There's something at work is off. Something about their work relationships is not what it appears to be. Okay? It's not. I don't care what the fuck they tell you, it's not. And I think you'll notice this person don't really tell you nothing. Yeah, it's a relationship, a work relationship. It's got this person fucked up. Well, you stray from home. Ooh, shit. They had a whole breakdown in that relationship. Y'all. Yeah. See, they feel like they don't have anywhere else to go because whoever else they were shacking up with, something happened there. I think this person was trying to go back and forth. That's what it's giving. It's giving that this king stepped out on this queen to go build a house somewhere else. To go build a family. So I'm telling you, it's giving me that race. Like, oh, we got to make it to the finish line. This queen is, I don't want to make it with her. Let's handicap that bitch. I'm going to come over here and make it with this hoe over here. I'm telling you, it's like that. A king went from a king to a knight. When a knight chooses, especially a knight of wands chooses who they want to do something with, it's not building and it's not a queen. A knight of wands will choose whoever is in front of them at the moment. Yeah. So that's, that's what's under here. That's what's, ooh. Yeah, this king is about to quickly find out that his games are played out with this queen. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like the past is in the past. They're still reliving the past, but it's in the past. $39.39 timer, yeah. Yep. King of Elixir is reversed. That's like, damn. It's like looking back and seeing all the times that you shoulda, woulda, coulda invested in the queen, but you didn't. You didn't show up for whatever reason. For whatever reason. You didn't show up for whatever reason. That's what this person is doing right now. They're replaying memories in their mind of how they did not show up for you. And they chose to be somewhere else. Somewhere else. With someone else. Yeah. Look. Someone saying that what they thought they wanted, what they thought it meant to be a boss, is not. All of a sudden, they got more money, more problems. I'm telling you, this is somebody who thought they wanted one thing. Got it. Realized this ain't what I want. But they feel like they can't have what they want, what they need. Oof, wow. The theme is death out here. Oof, which is the Empress. I'm telling you, this person, it's like this king. Look at this. It's like this king wanted to be an emperor, to be with this Empress. But they followed, sorry about my nails, y'all. They followed the advice of the devil on how to get the Empress. And it's like the devil led them to someone who wasn't really an Empress. Do you know what I mean? And now, instead of 10 cups and 10 coins with this Star Empress, they have 10 wands and 10 blades with wherever they are. It looks like they're in your face, though, trying to tell you something new. Yeah. Came out sideways. This Ace of Wands came out sideways. I told you, they trying to listen. It's not that they're trying to right their wrongs. That is not at all what's coming out. What's coming out is this is someone, the word is destitute. This is someone who's destitute in their soul. And so they're destitute in every area of their life. And you look too good. You look too abundant to someone who's destitute. But yeah, I feel like you're not. I'm telling you, I just don't think you're not. It's the Knight and the Page of Blades. Nah. It's like you've watched this person do too many reckless things too many times, and you're just not. Like that's the feeling I'm getting. You're just not. Ace of Coins. Like no, it's almost like you. It's almost like you see the opportunity. You see that the real opportunity is in not being with this person, and that's the judgment. You see the real opportunity is not being with this person. You know how people are like, oh, let me, yeah, 5 of Wands, yep. And that is exactly the judgment on 5 of Rods, Knight of Rods. Somebody who wants to keep up drama, wants you to chase them, wants to be chased by you, wants to focus on this, that, and the other, and she said, and he said, and henna. Yeah, nobody's into that. Like, that's really high school. Nobody's into that. Page of Coins. Grown people are into opportunities that lead to the next step. Not things that slow you down, hinder you, blindfold you, trap you. Trap you? Who said anything about a trap? Somebody got trapped. Who got trapped? Boo got trapped. Y'all stop. Nine of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, and see, listen. Here's the thing about this. It's like they know. It's always a gamble. They took a risk, right? They took a risk. If they leave, if the king gets off the throne, walks away from the queen to go build somewhere else, there's a total risk that somebody else comes and gets on the throne with the queen. So this king has to try to play both parts. He has to try to pretend like the throne isn't empty, even though it is, but also come over here and build over here. Something broke down. Something broke down. Death is at the bottom of the deck. Something broke down. Horrifying. 2 of Rods. 9 of Coins. The High Priestess. 9 of Coins. Shit. Cups. Yeah. Something broke down. So, y'all, I wish something broke down. I'll tell you what broke down. And then I'm gonna leave this reading here. What broke down is this person's intelligence. And I mean that with just all of the sincerity I can possibly muster. There are in place that sustain the universe universal laws. One of them is the law of mutual exchange. If you put a seed in, a plant comes out. If you don't put a seed in, what you get is weeds. The breakdown in their intelligence comes from anybody thinking they're going to reap where they haven't sown. If they're going to reap anything of benefit where they haven't sown. To reap nourishment, to reap something that sustains you, to reap something that shelters you, takes planning, intentionality, commitment. I don't care if you're going to timber frame a home, since we're talking about homes in this reading, thanks to Hestia. If you're timber framing a home, you got to make sure you're growing, like the lumber you have access to is appropriate for the type of build you want to do. Which appropriate for your climate, where you are, for your winters, for your summers. You got to make sure you have enough lumber. Then you have to make sure you're harvesting it sustainably. I mean, I hope you're making sure you harvest it sustainably, right? As if you're building a house, that's commitment. That takes time. You're not going to go into the forest tomorrow and cut down, 5 acres of trees and build a house. It doesn't work like that. These things have to be envisioned, created. Things come into alignment, and then movement is made. Sodalite, carnelian, kyanite, and chrysoprase. Somebody thought they were just going to waltz in and harvest a couple 100 acres of blessings because that's what they wanted. No preparation, no intentionality, no real commitment. They hadn't proven themselves. What they did was prove to the divine how unworthy they were to enter the promised land. This person got off of their throne, took the crown off their head, went into the slums to slum it, and happened to be pissed off righteously because they can't get back into the castle, the one they thought belonged to them. I'm leaving it here, y'all. This has been your reading. I hope it brought you clarity and confirmation. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. For real, drop me a comment. Let me know if it resonates. As always, time is a construct. We made it up. Take what's yours, leave the rest behind. In the meantime, trust your process, your path, and your purpose. Peace.